Hi, I'm Lorianne Callender, President of the Order of Smedley, a club in District 48. This video and accompanying handout are designed to kickstart any Toastmaster club into using Zoom effectively. A little background on our club. It was started a couple years ago as a hybrid, advanced, in-room and online club, each with its own unique set of challenges. As many members travel frequently for work or pleasure, this technology blends the best of both worlds while never missing a meeting. So I've put together some of our lessons that we've learned over a couple of years of doing this. To be frank, there is no meeting role that can't be conducted online with a little bit of creative thought. And that's where this video comes in. Many of you watching today may already know how to use Zoom or other online technologies. Today, we're going to cover the quirks in running a Toastmaster Club meeting online. This video will highlight best practices to ensure you have a successful and fun club meeting. I stress the fun part because the technology can be a little overwhelming for some. But if we incorporate the fun into the process, it will be a lot easier to adapt to. The best way to experience an online club meeting is to guest one. If you can't, I encourage you to watch one or two of our club meeting videos archived at theorderofsmedley.org. Let's get started. There are two main lessons we learned at the Order of Smedley that we'll jump into first before the technology. First, meetings online go a lot faster than in person. We have found that a typical 1-hour club meeting can be done in as early as 45 to 50 minutes. Next, we learned to establish a tech master. At the Order of Smedley, we found that the online experience was integral to the success of the Order of Smedley, that we implemented a new officer role called the VP of IT. And under him, we have a couple of tech masters that rotate in and out. Both are trained in the online world and also setting up our in-room as well, but that's beyond the scope of today. The tech masters have a huge role in running the online meeting, and it's the tech master role that we're going to be focusing on today. Before the meeting starts, have your tech master create a quick tech check before the gavel. Since your meeting will run faster, this can happen at your club meeting's original start time. The handout that should accompany this video will include these following items of what the tech check should include. First, ask everybody to mute their microphone. Zoom allows to have multiple hosts, and the tech master should be one of the hosts. This will enable the tech master to monitor during the meeting the microphones and make sure that people are muted, because as we speak, we often forget to remute ourselves when we're done speaking. This way, the tech master can control the microphones for everybody. And it isn't that it's a bad thing, it's just that there's a lot of ambient noises everywhere that we are. If we're joining from our car or the park or a restaurant or even on our front porch, there's a lot of ambient noises that we can't control, like a passing fire truck or often in my case, a barking dog. So the tech master needs to make sure that everyone stays muted except for the speakers. Next is the virtual applause. Since we can't hear each other in a meeting, we can most certainly see each other. So the way that we applause is like this. Join me, go ahead. Applause for applauding. Get used to this because this is your new Toastmaster applause. Not to be confused with this. Next, something that we lose in the online world that we have in the in-room world is the Toastmaster handshake. This is a very important cultural thing within Toastmasters. It's the way we graciously move the floor from one speaker to another. And the way that we do this in the online world is with a fist bump. Let's go ahead and try that with me. Let's fist bump together. Bet you didn't even do it. The next is to have a lot of silly fun in the online world. Because we're meeting online and not face-to-face, there's some dead space here and there, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and it's a lot of fun to have a good time with each other. I encourage you to go ahead and do that. In Zoom, you have the ability to pin one of the other videos, one of the other members to your screen. Now, when you have a timed speaker, such as a manual speech, a table topic, or an evaluator, anybody that the timer is timing, you want to pin your timer to your dashboard. Now, your view in Zoom is your own personal view. So pinning someone doesn't affect anybody else. It's just for you. So you go ahead and pin your your timers if you are a timed speaker. That way you can see when the red light is coming up or the yellow or the green. It really doesn't matter what you use for your timing cards. It can be something really small. It just needs to take up the entire space of the camera and be able to stay there. Now, the Tech Master will be monitoring the chat box during the meeting. And you want to make sure that during the tech check that everybody can see the chat box. Now, when our Tech Masters first log in and set up the meeting, the first thing they do is they put links to any helpful resources. We like to create a post on our website for each meeting and put our agenda and any speaker handouts out there so people can download them and access them. So we put that link to the meeting right there at the top of the screen and links to any other resources that we might need. Now, Zoom has several different views that you can choose from in your own personal view. There's a speaker view, there's a gallery view, there's a variety of different views. We recommend the gallery view and that you keep that active so you can see as many people as possible as if you're in the same room. This makes the virtual pause mean a whole lot more when you can see a lot of people doing it at the same time. When your speaker is sharing a screen, say they have a presentation or they're showing photos, what have you, the shared screen will override your gallery view, but only during the time of the shared view. Once the speaker has released the shared view, then your gallery will return afterwards, and then you can see everybody applause the speaker. Now, there are quite a few different buttons in Zoom that you should be aware of, and they happen depending on your desktop or your mobile phone and how you access them. The biggest one is being able to access the chat box and muting yourself. Those are the two big buttons that most people just need to become aware of. And of course, how to pin a video in gallery view. Now, the Tech Master and the Toastmaster should come up with a way to communicate directly with each other, because the Tech Master will be managing the chat box during the meeting. The Toastmaster has a lot going on and may not be able to effectively keep up with what's going on in the chat window. That's okay. If the Tech Master and the Toastmaster want to say use their cell phones to text message with each other, or use the private chat in Zoom to communicate things back and forth, that works too. we found there's no reason not to stick to a normal meeting agenda. Now, your agenda may be padded with an extra minute here and there for walking up to the front of the room and back again, but you can keep that there. Just know that you're probably going to run faster than that. A quick meeting has a couple of opportunities that you can take advantage of. One is you can have additional manual speeches. So instead of 2 speakers, maybe you have 3 in your meetings. The other is that you could have more people participate in table topics, or have 100% table topic participation. So that's a really good benefit too, because we did find that table topics do run really fast online because you don't have the whole walking up to the front and back again. It's really quick. You can pick on someone to be the next speaker and move a table topic session along, and probably get a lot of your members in, depending how big your club is. Lastly, at the end of the meeting, we want to ensure that the general evaluator sticks to the role of general evaluator and can focus specifically on general evaluator items, such as evaluating the evaluator, talking about flow of the meeting, things of that nature. At this point, after the general evaluator has finished their piece, ask your tech master to evaluate the online experience based on his experience of the group. Things that your tech master may want to comment on at this point is how well the technology was being used. Maybe someone was in a dark room and you couldn't see them. This is a time to bring up lighting. Maybe not everybody was muted and it was hard to hear, or someone has a bad microphone attached to their camera. That's something to bring up at this point. It's also something you can cover in your tech check, is to do a microphone check with everybody as well. Perhaps a speaker got flamboyant and kept leaving the viewing area of the camera so you couldn't see them all the time. That's something that could be brought up at this point. And maybe to review how to use the chat box, because people forget to use the chat box. They forget that they're being chatted to mute themselves or something along that nature. So those are things that the tech master can comment on. Your meeting will be unique with its own members and their own skill sets with technology. And so maybe you'll have other things to comment on and things to work on in the future. So separate the general evaluator from the online experience. That way the general evaluator can focus on the meeting role and the other speakers, and the online tech master can focus on the online experience itself. It's nice to separate the two and put some real critical focus on the online experience. So enjoy your meeting and enjoy your online meetings, and I wish you all the best of luck.